Jadon Sancho has landed himself in hot soup with Manchester United and specifically the manager Erik Ten Hag after the showdown talks between the two yielded nothing. Depending on how you look at it, those of you who would love to see Jadon Sancho out, you should be celebrating because apparently Sancho has refused to apologize to Erik Ten Hag for what he did. In fact, his pinned tweet is still there saying the manager did bad to talk about him and he lied about him. Hotspot, my name is Webb. Welcome to the Tuesday edition. Meanwhile, on a happy note, Bruno Fernandes, Captain Bruno, is being Captain Fantastic. A goal and 3 assists. What a game, as his Portugal obliterated Luxembourg by 9 goals to nothing. My goodness, my name is Webb. It's an exciting day to be here talking Manchester United. Now we'll start off with future. I told you yesterday of the crunch talks that were supposed to go down between Jadon Sancho and the manager Erik Ten Hag. Now they did happen, and guess what? Nothing has changed. This boy has kept his tweet there, the pinned tweet that he had put immediately after Erik Ten Hag's comments before that game that should have been against Arsenal, was it Spurs? Now the tweet is still there, even after the talks. Millennials, these kids of today don't fear old people. Do they? They don't fear old people. So he went boldly. The boy who is earning £350,000 per week for doing absolutely nothing had the audacity to go and face his boss, Erik Ten Hag, and tell him, "Hey, boss, you're lying. I train well. You can't say such things about me. You can't reveal my mental health issues," because he had issues apparently a couple of months ago with his mental health, and they did not agree with the club that these would be made public. There are issues, underlying issues between Sancho and the manager. Question is, are they genuine issues, or is it a case of this player being frustrated that he's not getting enough playing time, but also that he's not delivering results, so he wants to force his way out of the club? Well, if that is so, well, it is yielding results, because according to the Daily Star and the Mirror Football and close sources within the club, they do suggest that after those talks, Sancho is going to be forcing his way out of Manchester United as early as January. First, probably seeking a loan move, because it might be difficult to get a buyer in January, but will first seek a loan move and later on try to push for a permanent transfer away from Old Trafford. Now, should we be saying, "Oh my goodness, Sancho is gone, Sancho, oh Sancho," or should we be saying, "Good riddance"? Where do you fall? Are you on the good riddance side, or are you on the Sancho is gone? Well, to be honest, I'll tell you, I've not seen what impact Sancho has had at Manchester United. I don't see anything wrong with what Erik Ten Hag did. The manager going out in the media and talking about you, saying you did not trade well enough. If you're earning 350,000 quid a week, obviously, for me, I think that should be, if you're smart enough, you should see that this manager is trying to psych me up to get the best out of me, because perhaps thinks I can do better. But if you take things personal, then you're not mature enough to play for the biggest football club in the world. So, what's my verdict? Let him go. Let him go. In all honesty, let him go. The attitude is obviously wrong, and it's not the first time we're hearing this about Jadon Sancho. But what would the departure of Jadon Sancho mean for players like Peristri? Remember, Anthony is also out for quite some time, and he's continuously saying he's not guilty of the charges against him. He's fighting back in Brazil. He was given time to sort himself up, out. But with Anthony not there and Sancho gone, so is it obviously now Peristri coming out there and taking that number 7 position? Is it Garnacho coming in, or is Manchester United going to go for another winger? Because there are even baby reports suggesting that United were looking at some wingers who are available for free and stuff. What exactly is going to happen? We are just waiting to see. But for me, in all honesty, I actually think we shouldn't, wobble and try to fight and rush and look for another winger. I think we should. It is high time we trusted these youngsters. It is high time we trusted Peristri. It is high time we trusted Garnacho. It is high time perhaps we tried a few things, because Mason Mount has been seen playing on the right wing before. Maybe that could be his better position. Maybe Ten Hag can now try to find a way of molding Mason Mount into a winger because he has played there before, you know, for a small time with at Chelsea. So maybe Ten Hag can do that, because the truth is, with Bruno Fernandes playing being Bruno Fernandes like we saw for Portugal in the international break, with Christian Eriksen doing the assists he was doing with back heels and stuff for Denmark, I don't think Mason Mount has got a lot of playing time in the middle of the pack for Manchester United. So for me, I think we've got the players we can mold into wingers. If Sancho is not there and Anthony, we've got players we can mold into wingers. We shouldn't be, you know, again going for emergency signings. I mean, we are not an emergency room. Manchester United is not an emergency room that we just be doing things emergency. I mean, are we the ICU? Come on. Anyhow, so that is what is happening with Sancho. I don't like his attitude at all. I feel like if he was not remorseful at all. And of course, it's a game of egos. Of course, Sancho's ego against Erik Ten Hag's. Of course, Ten Hag is 53. He's an old guy. You can't think you will win against him. You're the player. He's your boss. You've got to calm yourself down and be apologetic, be honest, and say, okay, I'm not doing enough. What more do you want me to do, boss? Pull down the damn tweet and go and play football. But the proud boy is saying, I don't care. Probably wants to go. Let him go. Bruno Fernandes is now the proper talk now. Let's talk Bruno. Now, Bruno Fernandes has been blazing hot, hotter than the sun, hotter than the hot spot. He has been blazing hot during this international break. Remember, it is ending, and this weekend, Saturday, we are going to our bogey side, Brighton. They are coming to us, by the way. We are not going. They are coming to us, but it doesn't make a difference because they have beaten us at Old Trafford before. I think it was in August that they beat us at home. So they have beat us at home before. It should have been 2-1, I think. So, man. They are coming. They are coming. So, question is Amrabat going to be making his debut this week? I'll be dropping a video on that. I think tomorrow I will be giving you details or confirmation of whether Amrabat will be ripe for his debut. There were a few concerns about his fitness and all, but nothing to worry about. He's not injured. He was just not fully fit because he was not playing with teammates for a long time. So, it makes sense that he was not fully fit. But now that players returned to training yesterday, he obviously must have trained with them, and of course we will soon be seeing the first shots of him training at Carrington. We are yet to see them, but soon we will be seeing them. So Amrabat's debut might be around the corner, and for me, after seeing that debut, I think it is enough for us to now decide and whether we are now 100% okay or not. Oh, we return to the Premier League action at Old Trafford on Saturday. Brighton and Hove Albion will be our first opponent after the international break, and it's going to be interesting. I hope these players come with the same boots they had during the international break, because they all impressed in the international break. All of them. Those who scored and those who didn't. Everyone impressed for United, those who played. So for me, I think it's a good time ahead for Manchester United. Well, hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. No Sancho, no problems. Anthony is out. We wish him the best. Bruno Fernandes is on fire. We are returning. The team players are back training. Those who did not go for international duty, of course, the rest will also join in. So, guys, let me tell you, the next few days are going to be busy at United, but bigger business will be seen at Old Trafford on Saturday as we do try, fight, and make light work of Brighton, and hopefully Sofian Amrabat will be on his debut. I will be catching you later.